Is this thing on? Is my wig straight? Okay. I'm trying to be on a circle, okay? I'm trying to be on a circle. A circle. You know? Hello, hi. I'm Ricki. I'm here to be on the circle. I'm something years old. I just want to have a good time, be on the circle. I'm gonna play myself, but a little elevated, a little more fun, Ricki. I'm a photographer. I am a content creator. I just like to have fun. I love being creative. I love doing new things. And I think me being on the circle would be a great added addition because I'm crazy. Yeah, so let's do this. Get me on the circle. I'm there. I just want to have a good time and, be able to say circle, message, send, and I ain't got to type nothing because these hands are tired, okay? Okay. So I know a new episode of The Circle is coming out soon, like today. So I wanted to do the first half and then come back with part 2. So if you enjoy this, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Let me know you enjoyed the circle chat. Okay, join the circle chat with me and my girl Brooke, and we're gonna break down what we thought of the circle so far. All right, circle, message, Brooke. Girl, come on into the Zoom chat and send.
Circle, message. I am so excited to be here, becoming a mini rant talking about the circle. Circle, message, Brooke. And we are talking about the circle today on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, what the hell are you waiting for? Like, I watched it last year, lockdown. I was looking for something to watch and I'm like, what can I watch? What is it? And the circle kept coming up and I'm like, okay, let me go and listen to it and watch it. And I was like, okay, I love this show. I was like, it's, Facebook and Instagram and real life was like, ooh. So Brooke, tell me, who would you be yourself or would you be someone else on the circle?
I mean, I feel like I could be myself, but like you said, what's the fun in that?
Right.
I think I'd want to be like a calmer version of myself, but then at the same time, I'm like, but I want to be like the crowd favorite. Like I want to be the audience's favorite. Like I want to be like the fun one. So
Right.
I feel like I would probably be one of like my close friends that's like very, very similar to me, but it's not me. So it kind of is like I could dabble into somebody else, but also still be like partially myself. It's like one of those friends that like y'all are really, really close and like you have the same personality, but they're like a little bit different than you, just to see how people react.
That would be fun. Okay, I like it. All right, so we're going to get started now. Mind you, everyone, that the circle is on what is like the 8th episode right now.
Yes.
I think that's where they ended. Okay, the 8th episode. So we're just halfway done. And oh my God. So let's start from the beginning. I'm not going to say who I like yet. Okay. I'm going to see who you like. But when it starts, like I got my notebook, girl. So when it starts, Savannah comes in first. And how do we feel about Savannah?
Okay, from the get-go, I really liked Savannah. I was like very into her vibe. Like she seemed like she had like a really cool side, but also like a really nerdy side, but she was still being like genuine. And I was like, this girl's gonna like rock the house. Like everybody's gonna like Savannah. She's really cool. I'd want to be her friend. That's how I felt.
Yes, I feel the same way. Like I was feeling her. She is so cute. And I was like, oh, she's cute. But granted, I think I liked everybody at the beginning.
So. Yeah, I thought you always like everybody. And then like a few episodes in, you're like, ooh.
Right. So we're not there yet, but we'll get to it. So comes in, the next person is Jack, who is AKA Emily. Yeah, it was him.
I was just like, no wonder you're playing someone else because you're kind of annoying.
You're kind of a dork, but whatever. So I was like, okay, you're playing a girl. Good luck with that. Because I swear when they switch roles, sometimes it doesn't flow.
It doesn't translate as much as you think it would.
Right, but spoilers, that's later. So next is Bryant, and that's the hippie breath work guy. And he seems so sweet.
He just seems like such a genuine soul. Like I was like, he's kind of strange, but like I love it. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like he was very like, you're a little much, but I'm kind of into it.
Yeah. I was like, he's so cute and so sweet, and just like, everybody just breathe and don't say the word crazy. That's no. Oh, and I was like, oh, I just want to hug him, but he's sweet. Next we have Daralisha. That's how you say her name. Daralisha, aka Trevor, who is her husband. And first of all, they make a fine ass couple. Like,
they really do, though.
I was looking, I'm like,
sister. So sister, A+ for you.
Yes, and her coming in with like the single dad, because that will get the ladies.
Absolutely.
So I was definitely here for that. All right, then we have Daralisha, which liked her off the bat again.
I did too. I was like, she seems really fire. Like she's got like a cool vibe to her. She's still like young. She's a teacher. She's got all these things going for her. I was like, all right, I respect it. Let's go.
Right. She had the blue hair because I love colored hair.
Living for it.
And so I was like, okay, she cute. Then we go to Lee, the older guy playing a younger guy, River.
So interesting. I was like, at first I was like, okay, this guy is gonna really annoy me, but like I feel like he's grown on me a little bit.
Yeah, because he's just really kind of awkward in his own self, but you're trying to be a younger person. Like I wish he would have went for somebody that wasn't so young. I wish he would have went like 25, 30-ish. Yeah,
I agree.
And next we have, hello babes, it's me, Chloe. I know that was terrible. Anyway,
obsessed. And I'm obsessed with her because of her accent or just her in general. I can't tell which one it is.
I think it's both. But I remember her from Too Hot to Handle because I was really bored and it was on and I just watched it.
Yeah.
Don't judge me. But I liked her too. She's like, hey, everybody, I'm here. And I'm like, yes. Because I love my British people. I'm sorry. This show actually originated from the UK. It's actually filmed in the UK, which I just found out.
Wow, that's fun.
I love so I'm that. Like, so what you're saying is if I get on this show, I can go to the UK for free? Bitch, I'm there. Okay.
But what's the link?
Right? Season 3, I'm there. I'm what? But yeah, I like her. She was funny. Courtney, black guy.
Love Courtney.
Right. Internet gossip person, which I was like, perfect. You need that here.
Amen.
So yeah, loved him.
So much.
Okay, so that was everybody coming in. And so we get to where the drama, not the drama yet, because it hasn't started yet, but who did what? Like they start a game and they're just saying, oh, this person does this and which one you think. So some people were offended about some of the things that they thought other people did, but I see the strategy. Everybody's trying to fill up everybody out. So I didn't get it. So here's where the drama starts with the girl gang circle chat.
Oh, girl message.
So Circle started chat. We're gonna name it Girl Gang, and that was Emily, because obviously Emily's like, okay, well, I'm a girl, so I need to get on the girls' side. So she starts it, but she like Emily. she's trying to play the middle part, which I don't like because you seem like you just go with whoever.
Yeah, like there's no backbone. Like you're just like the follower. You're like, oh, well, if you guys say this, well, I go with that. And that's like really strange. I feel like especially for like a younger girl these days, a lot of people have their own minds and like they're so headstrong about what they like and what they want to do. And she's just like, I love everyone. And we were like,
do you? No, you don't. No, you don't. I can't wait till they watch this back, or they're probably watching it now like this bitch. But they start a girl chat, and then Chloe's like, okay, babes, I got to take this over. So she comes in and she was like, this. Let's stop with this fake shit. Let's get into it. Okay. So, which I love Chloe for doing that. She was like, this bubblegum shit, I ain't got time for it. So then Savannah started suspecting like Trevor and all this other stuff. And then, Chloe's not having she's like, no, he is fine.
She's like, that's my man.
Yeah, when we get married. And I'm like, girl, calm down. You just met him. You don't even know if he's real, which he's not. Spoiler alert, but girl. And then Terralisha was like, and then why did he say, what's the 411? Now, here's where I got offended because first of all, Trevor, aka Delicia, is that how you say her name? Delicia? I can't remember. I don't know. I want to say her name wrong. But anyway, Trevor was like, what's up with what's the 411? Which she was like, oh, she's old. I was like, no, skirt. No, she's not. No. Like, if you don't know what a 411 is, then you
need to get off. Get out.
You. Like, that triggered me. I was triggered. So then Chloe goes to bat for Trevor, of course, because that's her man. So then the ratings happen. And I just want to say, because I watched it again today, so I can see where things happen. Terralisha voted Chloe at the bottom, almost. Okay. I think she rated her like number 6, but it's supposed to be, oh, girl gang, we're gonna save each other and all this other stuff. But you put
girl power,
right? But you put her all the way at the bottom because she was like, ooh, she doing too much. Yeah. I'm just like, okay. How do you feel the ratings? Did you like the outcome?
Like I said, I liked Savannah from the beginning, and so I was kind of down for it. I liked Terralisha as well, but I feel like there were other people who were like doing more at the time where I would have been like, oh, like I would have probably trusted you more than I trusted her at the get-go. But like truly at the same time, I was like, okay, like I could get behind this though, because like I did like Terralisha's vibe and I did like Savannah, and I was like, they kind of seem like they have similar personalities to where they would probably be on the same page when they got to make the decision. So I was like, okay, this could go well, but
exactly. So I was the same. Like, I'm like, okay, I get it, but I felt like, I don't know. I thought Chloe might have been further up than she was, but whatever.
Vibes. First impression. Whatever.
First impressions. So then they find out, they're excited, of course, blah, blah, blah. And then, they got 24 hours to figure out who's going to be the first one out, which is so sad, the first one. So then, spoiler alert, oh, the circle was like, hey, girl, so we want y'all to save somebody. They know what they were doing. They're like, so y'all both need to save somebody. And this is where the drama began. Terralisha saves Emily and Savannah saves Trevor. How do you feel?
I respected the Savannah and Trevor bond because like I could see where Trevor was going with it. Like, let me get on her good side. Like, she seems like she's going to be like a crowd favorite. Like, if we form a bond, like we're going to have this like bond and, we're going to be good. But then it like kind of shocked me that Terralisha saved Emily, because I was like, don't really know why. Like, I feel like you've got other things you could have done better with that, but the drama unfolds after that, which I find is very interesting. So
yeah, I thought she was gonna go for Chloe, but then she doesn't like Chloe,
right?
So that's why I think she picked Emily, because of the conversation earlier. She was like, well, I don't like Chloe that much now because she's such a flirt and ill. So that's why I think she went for Emily. And she probably thought Savannah would pick Chloe, so that way
take the girl gang.
Right.
Like, true, because they were like, we're gonna like stick together, we're gonna like save each other every time. And then it was like, oh, she picked Trevor. But then also, like, I feel like Terralisha probably wasn't super mad that she didn't pick Chloe because she didn't like Chloe, but then she was gonna throw, we'll get there.
Right. So so Savannah saves Trevor, and everyone's like, wait, what? And Trevor like, yeah, girl, that's me, that's my sis. So, but of course, I wish Savannah would have still chose Chloe and just fought for Trevor in the chat.
I agree, because like you like established this bond like right off the bat, saying like, we're girls, we're sticking together. Like, you probably should have, like, especially that first time, like, you probably should have respected that, because you like made this big thing about like the girl gang. And like, I understand why she went for Trevor, because like, you know, they like have this bond, like whatever. But I do agree, I feel like she probably should have saved one of the girls and then fought hard for Trevor, like right off the bat when they were making decisions.
Yeah, that's where she could have just like, okay, I'll fight for him later, but girl gang right now. And I think all of this wouldn't have happened.
True.
But then I get it. So everybody shook. So Chloe private messaged Emily about Savannah. And that's where it's just like, oh girl, interesting. What happened? I thought we were
right. Like, what happened to the girl gang? Like, what's going on here?
So that's when Chloe started disliking Savannah right there, because they added her in, and then Chloe was like, no. She's a liar. Don't listen to her, babes. She is wrong. Get her out of here. I'm sorry, anybody British listening. I'm sorry. That was terrible. But I love Chloe.
She's so good though. We love her.
But she was not playing that bullshit. She was like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
We don't do that here.
We said girl gang and you fucked that up. Like,
I was getting it tatted on me, girl gang, and you ruined it.
And then River and Terralisha bond, which I thought was like,
very
okay.
Hard. Like, very, like, was not an alliance I was like thinking was gonna happen, which like translates like, you know, later too. Like, I was just like, I never imagined them two to like form such a deep friendship, like, because they're like two completely opposite different people. So that was really strange to me as well.
Yeah, that was a weird one. And then Terralisha didn't like Courtney for whatever reason. I don't get why. She was just like, well, no, she said he could be competition later because people liked him, his personality, which I get it. But also,
yeah, right. Because it's like, to me, like, if you're strategically trying to play this game where it's all about like social media and being like, you know, who everybody wants to be around, like, you think that that's the type of person you'd like want to cling to and like develop a really strong relationship with, rather than be like, let's get rid of him because he's gonna like take this over. I don't know. I see it. I see the point. But at the same time, I'm like, probably right at the beginning, you probably would want to try to befriend that person. just because you feel like he's already got the upper hand. I don't know. Just my opinion.
I mean, I'm here for it. Like, I don't know. But so we get to the influencers chat and they get rid of Bryant. Poor little sweet little breath work Bryant.
He's just like, oh no. And I'm like, my heart.
So genuine. Like, he was really so sweet. And I'm like, where are you in the world? Like, are you real?
Like, is he just like sitting at home watching this, like doing some deep breathing? Like, I just need to know.
I can totally see it. He's just sitting in front of the TV like, I know what I did wrong. But so he went to go see River, which he wasn't like upset that he was a catfish. He was like, okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
It's just cool about it.
Just so like genuine and like, dude, respect, like awesome. Like not even like, dude, what? Like you're just so just like calm and collected. And I'd be like, dude.
Exactly. But so he left and he didn't say much about him being a catfish, was that's so nice that he, because you know some people like allude to whoever they went to go see that such and such is this, but he didn't. So it was so sweet. So I was like, okay, they might have thrown us for a loop, but then to find out it ain't Lance Bass, girl. It is his assistant.
Which I feel like is pretty strategic because like if anybody's gonna know you better than yourself, it probably is your assistant. So like they spent a lot of time. But that's what I was just assuming. Is it true? That's the tea.
Like I think she went downhill when she said, I want to start an NSYNC tour with the money. And I was like, girl.
Yeah. Right off the bat, I was like, girl, you could have said so many other things. I'm going to donate it to charity. I'm going to donate it to something I like really believe in, or like some big like nonprofit, like anything. But then she said, we're going to start an NSYNC tour. And I was like, girl, what?
Bye, Lance. Bye, Lance. You just dug your grave.
That was not it.
I was like, Lance wouldn't even say that. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna, you see the 2 puppies, they're rescues, and I want to help get more rescues, something like that.
Yeah, I agree. I was like, if they didn't think you was a catfish, they definitely do now. Or just a really pretty rock star. So like,
right. I'm like, these people need this money. Even though you lie about it, you're lying. They don't see you. They don't know. You're thinking like a celebrity, you would give it to charity. But she was just like, oh, I'm going to play and do a game with it. No, this is money. It's money.
Right.
So they have lunch with Lance. And then, so they have lunch with him. They figure out him. Some people didn't know who he was. Chloe. She's like,
I was like, girl,
NYC. What does this mean? Who is he? Like, how do you
like?
not know?
Oh, he's really nicely dressed. Like, oh, he's a really put together kind of guy. And I'm like, girl.
And then she was like, oh, I can really. I was like, girl, he does not want you. He is not into fish.
That's the truth. We love it.
I thought it was so funny. I was like, Chloe, girl, wow. But right. So Lance comes in, everybody's shook-ish, trying to see if that's the real Lance Glass, which we know it ain't. And it's all good. Everybody's having a good time. Here we come. Alerts.
Alert.
We got another one. Like, I was like, damn, y'all just.
Right. Like, y'all just thought we just got a new one. What the heck?
So then this is where I knew it was going down. Cause like poor Savannah was like trying to do the chats. And she was thinking, oh, everything's going good. I'm like, no, girl.
Oh no, it's about to hit rock bottom.
Like Savannah, not Savannah, but Chloe and Emily are not feeling you. Emily's not going to vote for Tara Alicia because Tara Alicia saved her.
Right.
So I was like, Savannah, how do you think,
It was not it was not good for her.
And I think now, I don't know how this thing works, but I swear, I think they purposely put Chloe and Emily in it too. Like, forget the ratings. We're just going to do it ourselves. We're just going to make them. Because I love how it just switched.
Literally, like completely like, and like everybody like, pretty much stayed in the middle. But like these sides like completely flip-flopped. And we were like, oh, like what happened here?
Right. So I'm like, now I'm just thinking strategically that the producers did it. What do you think? Do you actually think because I don't feel like people were feeling Emily like that though.
Yeah, well, that's what's so interesting because like the first week she was literally like at the very bottom almost. And then it was like all of a sudden she shot up, but it was like, did they just not have any like real feelings? And they were like, let's just put somebody random at the top. Like, let's go for her. Like, what is she going to do? She's not really doing anything here. But like, I mean, I strategically think that the two of them at the top got put at the bottom for a reason, obviously. But like at the top, I mean, like Chloe, like everybody's got a really good personality with her. Like they want to be with her. They will like, they vibe and they feel in her because she's funny and like out there. But like Emily, I was just like, I kind of feel like the people in the middle wanted to stay in the middle because they were like, better to be like in the middle than at the bottom or the top, because at the top people hate you and at the bottom people hate you pretty much. So it's like, let's stay in the middle. Like if we kind of just like fly under the radar and like talk to everybody and keep everybody in that medium ground, they're not going to mess with us. So because I feel like the people at the bottom and the people at the top are the first people that people go after. So if you just kind of fly under the radar and you kind of just like vibe with everybody, you're just like, oh, well, I'm fine with being in the middle.
True. Also, so going back to doing the truth or dare, where it started. Well, I mean, it continued because Tara Alicia, after, she was like, Who do you think started it? Because I feel like Tara Alicia started it.
I do. And honestly, it's like so funny to me because like I said at the beginning, I was like, I'm so feeling her vibe. Like she is like roundabout, like everybody seems like, oh, like she'd be like somebody you want to be around, but then she just like went straight in for the stab, and I was like, oh, so that's how we gonna play. Like, all right, like whatever, go for it, girl. But then like I also feel like Savannah kind of like sat there, like she was like, do I say something or do I just kind of like sit back? And it is kind of like one of those things where she was like, well, if I sit back, then people are gonna assume, but if I go for it, like people might think of me differently. And it was kind of one of those like catch-22 situations where you're like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. So what do? I'm going to defend myself kind of thing, which like I respect because it's really hard to like watch someone like take a stab at you and just be like, you know what? You're right. Like, whatever, it's fine. Because I'd be like, hold up, sister. You don't know me. Like, I'm coming for you now. Like, whatever. So, but in the game like that, like, it's all about like your relationship and how people feel about you, even though they don't even know who you are. So like, you kind of just have to assume like what's going to get me to where I want to be, which honestly, at that point, I was like, it's not looking good for either of you.
At all. Like, at all. So I feel the same way. Like, Tara Alicia could have kept that because, girl, you just hurting both of you guys, really.
Yeah. Because truly, like, even if the end game was to get rid of Savannah, eventually people were going to be like, well, you like literally like went after her. And then the people that did like her are going to come after you. So like it's a losing game either way. Cause like, even if you get someone out, like you're on the chopping block next, most likely. So Right. I think it just kind of went like super like overboard, like really quickly. Like it could have been like fixed, but then they just kept going and going and going. And then everybody's like watching it from the outside, like, yo, what's going on here? It's kind of like when you're watching people fight on Facebook and you're like, man, like they're really going at it right now. And you're kind of just like observing from the outside, like, thank God they're not coming after me. Like
That part, because I'll be in the comments like, ooh, it's getting juicy, girl. Oh, yeah.
you're like, whoa, girl, someone made you mad today.
Right? I love it, but I ain't trying to be in no drama. So I just like, I think Tara Alicia went wrong there. And that kind of like truly upset me. So I was like, girl, what are you doing? But anyway, so that drama unfolds. And then we get the verdict. You know, Emily and Chloe sends Savannah home.
And I was like so sad. And she was like, oh no. And I was like, oh, but at the same time, I was like, girl, like respect for like trying to fight for your name. But at the same time, like now you're in a pickle. And like, I like remember saying like after the first like 4 episodes or so, like when I was watching them, I was like, or right off the bat, I was like, I like Savannah, I like Courtney, I like Tara Alicia, like whatever. And then like it kind of like even over like the 2 or 3 episodes that I watched when I first watched it, I was like, man, it's crazy how like first impressions you're like, oh, I love these people, and then by the end of it you're like, God, I cannot wait for her to leave.
Right. I was ready for Tara Alicia to leave. I'm like, girl, I'm trying to do this and blah, blah, blah. Like, you didn't even have to start the drama, all this negative energy, and you started it. Like, it didn't even have to go there.
And you were like, oh, but girl, like, you put yourself in this hole though, so I can't feel bad for you.
Right.
And I had high hopes for you.
Right. And so poor Savannah, she goes and sees Courtney,
which I was like, yes.
I was like, okay. I was like, it's either Trevor or Courtney. Like off the bat, I knew it was going to be one of them, but it was like, who do you want to win? And she was like, okay, Courtney, which, okay, girl. Yes. So she tells him all what happened. And Courtney like,
he's like, what tea? And he's like running to his computer, like ready to spill the tea. And like, I'm like, I'm here for this.
let me, you can't see, look, let me put this in my book. Save this for later. Yeah, to spill all the tea. Talking about Tara Alicia didn't want you in here, which she was trying to get him out. No lie.
Like, I feel like when you try to take down someone that everybody likes, like that's like the first strike against you, because you're like, you're really going after someone who's kind of developed a relationship with everybody. Probably not your best strategy right off the bat, but you know, to each their own. So, but I was living for Savannah and Courtney spilling the tea, like in the room, like going off. And she's like, I want you to win. This is what you need to know. And he was like, yes, sister, give it to me.
I loved it so much. I wish she would have stayed. And they could have worked together. Yeah. That would have been so cute. But alas, she left. And so another alert, there's a Joker. And I was like, oh.
I was like, oh, this is where it gets fun. We've got someone who's a snitch. We've got a snitch in the house. And I was like, this is what I came here for.
And it's so appropriate that it was Courtney, because he was the right person for it.
And he really strategized it too, because he was like, all right, like, I'm going to stir the pot, but like, I want them to believe it is not me and that it is someone I don't want here. And I was like, respect the drip, man. I respect it. I get it. Let's go. And he really strategically played that. Like, everybody was sitting here like, oh, it's one of the girls. Oh, I think it's Emily. And I was like, whoa, he done did that though, didn't he? Like, he said, I'm going to do it. And he did. And nobody really suspected him at all. They were suspecting almost everybody else but Courtney. And I was like, proud of you, dude. Love it for you.
Exactly, because especially getting it into the new players' heads, what was it, Kat and what's the other
Mitchell.
guy? Mitchell. Woo, look that ass. But I was like, ooh,
I was like,
hey,
who is
how you doing? Where is this cliff that I can meet you, that I'll watch you, but I won't jump off? Okay. Because he fine. But yeah, so the two new players come in and the Joker just breaks in on their conversation like, hey girl, I'm here to spill the tea. I'm gonna make them think it's Emily, which Kat fell for it. Mitchell was like, no, she cute.
Which I'm like, you can tell this is a boy. He's dumb.
Oh, like, my God. Like, seriously, Mitchell? Wow. And you talking about your sister, your brother and your mom from last season, and you do this to a dude.
He's like, nah, it can't be her. She's too cute. Like, she would never do that. I'm like, boy, please go ahead.
Sorry. And so they come in. I love Kat. Like, Kat.
Oh my God, same. Like, she was one of those people that, like, the first, like, 5 minutes of her just being introduced, I was like, she's gonna be it. She's gonna be the one. She's gonna be the one, because she's like, I'm coming in here as myself. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be real, like, whatever. And I just respect, because she's like not even like trying to start the drama, but she's so animated and so fun, and everybody just kind of like draws attention to her. And I'm like, this is what we needed. This is what we needed. And I love it.
Yes. And then Mitchell, he cute. He a virgin. And he was scared to say it, which, don't be scared, honey. Let your non-freak flag show. I don't know what to say for that. But he's still cute. So I'll go with it. But I'm just like, do not like Emily. Like, please don't embarrass yourself.
Oh and I was like, oh, here we go. And Chloe's just sitting there in her bathtub like,
she's drooling out the mouth. She's like, Trevor who? I don't know.
Who is a Trevor? I don't remember this.
I was like, damn girl, you switch it up quick. I'm like, just get all the guys on your side. But you ain't got to flirt with all of them like that.
Oh my gosh. She was cracking me up when she was going after it. But yeah, Mitchell, pretty to look at, but not the smartest cookie so far.
Right. And then Terralisha again was like, Chloe, calm down. I'm like, Chloe, if you knew what this girl was saying about you from the first day, you would have got her. But whatever, we're still here. So they come in, and then I love Kat for she was trying to catch Lance in a lie.
Oh my gosh, yes. And she was like, I'm like the biggest NSYNC fan ever. Like, he slips up once, I got him. I'm gonna catch him. And I was like, I respect it. Because look, if it was Nick Jonas, girl, I would be catching you in a lie.
Good, because I don't know nothing about any of them Jonas brothers. I don't know. I was like, do you think this is real? I don't know. Circle message, Brooke. Do you know? But yeah, no. And my thing is the question was so like random and simple. Like, you could have lied. You were like, girl, that was over 20 years ago. Because she even said it when she was thinking about that concert. I'm like, who remembers what the hell they were wearing?
Right. I'm like, you could ask me like, hey, what were you wearing last Monday? And I'd be like, if I had to guess, probably some scrub pants and a t-shirt, but like, maybe not. I might have dressed up that day.
Right. So how is somebody going to remember way back in the 90s what they wore on stage at a particular, like, yeah. I was like, I would have been like, well, that was so long ago. I really don't remember what I wore, but thanks for remembering for me. Like, something to just throw it off. But she was like, yeah, my sister has it.
And I was like, girl, you could have come up with a better lie than that one.
I need her to step up on her lies.
Oddly specific question to the point where you'd be like, it wasn't even like a question like from like one of those like teen magazines, like what's your favorite food or what's your favorite movie? Like that one, that would be kind of hard to like fudge, but like, what outfit were you wearing on this date in 1995 at this concert? I'd be like, girl, I don't even know what day it is.
Right. I can barely remember my puppy names. Girl, you talking about 20 years ago. I don't know. Like, she could have really played that off. And I was like, missed opportunity. Oh,
Tell me about it.
oh, I was like, I'm rooting for you, girl, but you ain't making it.
And I just feel like every time they catch her, like just doing things, she's just like so chill, like on the couch, like reading a book. Like she's just like living it. She's like, yeah, I'm Lance Bass. I'd be like, if I'm gonna act like Lance Bass, I'm gonna live like Lance Bass.
Right. Like, girl, like she was just taking that as a vacation from him. That's it. She's like, I ain't gotta work. And I get to be on TV.
Oh, right.
Oh my God. She's a lot. But so Kat was like, okay, I got him. And so I think at this time Trevor was trying to get the Black girls all together, because he has a daughter, and he was like, my Black queens, like, good strategy. I would have did the same.
I'd be like,
right. So I was like, okay, that's smart. So you got the girls in, y'all connecting. And so I think that was smart for him to do, or her. Her.
And the thing is, like, she's playing him, but like her herself, like she's part of that. So she's like, I can like take this from a man's perspective, but like I also as a woman know what I want to hear. So I'm like, mad respect for that. Go for you.
Yeah. So it was a good bonding moment. So I love that. The next big shakeup was when they had to make their mannequins.
Oh, girl, when I tell you, I screamed at this because I was like, oh, Emily gonna mess this one up. Oh, she gonna mess this one up for sure. Like, for sure, she gonna mess this up. Because, like, you're playing, like, a 20-ish, 21-year-old female in today's society where, like, beauty YouTube is the biggest thing, okay? You, even if you had to do your makeup on a mannequin, like, and it's not you, like, it should at least look, like, halfway decent. Like, at least enough to know, like, I've got skill when I put my makeup on. And your pictures, you look like stunningly gorgeous. So like you should have some sense of doing this, but girl, that mannequin looked like one of my pre-K kids literally drew a picture and they like printed it out and stuck it on a face. And I was like, oh dear. Oh no.
And I said right then and there, you going home, Emily. You going home.
Bye, Emily. See you next time.
21-year-old young girl, and you don't know how to put on makeup. And everybody clocked. Well, not everybody, because Mitchell, Lord help him. But everybody else clocked.
Yeah.
Emily.
Yeah,
and I was like,
girl. Like, wait, when he sitting there and he's taking like the powder and he's putting the blood, I'm like, girl, you don't even have the right product for this. I'm like screaming. I'm like, you could have done this even a tiny bit better, but you straight up went for the powder and you were like, yeah, this is where this goes.
oh my. I was dead. I'm like, even the guys who did it did a better job than her.
Yeah. And honestly, when they did Trevor's, I was like, Trevor's almost looks too good to be like done by a man. So I was like, that kind of stressed me out because I was like, oh, are they gonna come after Trevor and be like, dude, why does your mannequin look so good? But no, I think they were so focused on Emily that they were just like, girl,
no, didn't somebody, wasn't it Kat? No, was it Kat or somebody else?
Someone said something, but like they didn't touch on it way too much. Like they were like, that looks kind of good, but like I think everybody was so stunned by Emily's performance that they were like, oh, like who cares about that? Look at this.
True. And that was her downfall. And I felt so bad for him because he legitimately was like, I done fucked up.
Literally, because he was like, I could have done And I mean, honestly, like he was sitting pretty thinking like, oh, Emily is like at the top of the game. Like there's no struggle here. And I was like, some people have their suspicions, but like they could not have picked a better game to play to really screw that up, because
and that's what they did.
Literally, I mean, now listen, there are ladies out there who are not like makeup fanatics who like barely put on makeup and they're like, girl, I can mascara and I can powder or I can foundation. And like that could come through, but you can't play this stunningly gorgeous young girl and act like you don't know how to put makeup on.
That part.
Like you just can't do it.
And I was sitting there like, oh, these producers are cutthroat this season. Like they ain't playing no games. I was like, oh, I see what you're doing. The Circle producers. Okay, I'm here for it.
We're coming for the tea this season. We're taking everybody out.
I was sitting there with my mouth dropped like, oh, Emily finna go home. You're going on as a girl. At least know some things that people might ask you that's a girl question.
Like, especially things that are so like popular right now. Like I would have been like, okay, tell me what you know. Tell me what your favorite things are. Like random things that girls might ask me that I would not think of. Like, tell me about it now. Like be strategic here, because I feel like I said, like the beauty community is so big right now. Like that's a huge thing. So like I would at least know something about it. And even if you like had to fudge it a little bit, like something in that realm, but he done just messed up completely. And I was like, oh no.
And then when they asked him about his favorite products,
oh my gosh, I was like, baby, just say something. Like just say something, anything. Your mom wears something, your grandma, someone's gotta wear it. And he was just like,
oh, what's in my box? Maybelline and what's this other thing I got in this box? And I'm like, dude, you're going home. You're going home.
You gonna mess up, baby. You gotta go.
And so, shocker, here's another alert because we gotta fucks with y'all. 2 people are going home.
Right. And I'm like, okay, like it's pretty set in stone at this point, because like even Emily knows Emily's going home. But then I'm like, but who else are we going to send home? Because like, you know, I see it, but like nobody's really on a hit list right now. So it's like, I was like, so.
No, actually, River was gunning for, I think, Trevor.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So River was like, I don't know about Trevor.
Right. And I was like, no.
And then I think Trevor wasn't feeling Courtney. Am I right?
I think he had some like suspect. Like he was like, maybe Courtney's stirring the pot, but I don't think there's anybody like out for Courtney at this point.
Right. We have the 2 double elimination, which of course still Mitchell's trying to hold on that she's a girl.
Right.
She's not. And everybody else is still suspect of, Lance Bass, which makes sense. So
right.
They're on the bottom and peace out. They were gone.
And I was like, honestly, like they're like, okay, you can each meet one person. And I'm like, I'm very interested to see who they're going to pick. Because I feel like especially Lance, like he didn't really make any deep connections with anybody. So I was like, who is he going to pick? And then I was concerned about Emily, because I was like, is she going to go for someone who like was like close with her, or is she going to go to someone to like again spill some more tea? And then I get so confused when they go knocking on the door and they end up in the same room, and I'm like, right, was this planned? Like, did you accidentally do this? Like, did someone plan this? And then they're both looking at each other thinking that they're both catfishes, but in reality it's just the 2 players that got knocked out. And they're like, wait, I want to go see this person. And I want to go see this person. And we're like, you're not those people. And everybody's confused. And we're all like, hold up, sis. Did we just change the game?
And they did. So now they're going to be playing together.
which I think is going to be so interesting because it's like now you've got two people who've already played the game, who already know that there's like all this stuff churning, and then you're both assuming one identity, like teaming up together to be one person, but you basically already have an end to the whole circle. So you can play like you literally know nothing, but you know everything. Like that is wild.
That's
But
that's
then
the best strategy.
Is like they give them this really old guy profile, like, and I'm like, so they said we're gonna let you have an upper hand, but like you have to try to communicate with all these young people.
They know what they like. The circle knows what it's doing. Like it's just like, okay, we're gonna let y'all get back in. You get a save, but also now you're an old 50, 60 something year old man. Work on it. Boom.
Good luck. Mic drop. And then they just cut it off, and you're like, what just happened?
Excuse me?
Like we thought
that's it?
We thought we were getting rid of Lance, and now you're telling me they're gonna team up and they're gonna still be another catfish? Wild.
I love the tricks, the turns, like everything this season. Like I was sitting there like, oh my God, what's happening next? Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, this is so good.
I like literally was sitting in my bed and I was like,
I'm here for it all. I need for Courtney to step up and just like don't kiss ass, which I feel like he wouldn't do, but still like be out there and like talk to people. Kat, I love her. Like
I love her. I just want her to stay genuine and to like stay on top of everybody and like keep it together. Cause like I feel like she's got like a strong like step in this, like for being a newbie, like everybody's kind of vibing with her, and I just want her to push through because like I feel like she can go so far.
Yes, I feel it for her. Mitchell, I don't know.
He's just pretty.
He's cute, but he really wants to like, make a name for himself. And I get it. River, he's so like, I don't want to see anybody go.
I also like really respect his like drawings of everyone. I just think that's hysterical.
Right. Oh yes. Because Tara Alicia, when she would see Chloe had him like catfish. Remember?
Like, you thought I was a catfish? She's like, yes, I did.
And she's like, should I keep this up? Should I not? And she kept it up. I was like, girl, be real with it. That's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah. I thought she was a catfish. Mm-hmm. I love it. Like, I love this season so much. Like,
it is really such a good season.
I can't wait until like the next set of episodes. Like, what's gonna happen next? Like, I don't even know.
I don't know, but I'm like so ready for Wednesday. Like, I get home from work on Wednesdays and I'm like, I know I shouldn't watch all 4 episodes right now, but I'm gonna do it.
Oh yeah, like I'm ready for Wednesday. I'm like, girl, let me set my alarm. What am I doing? Nothing. Okay.
Right. See you there. TV,
right.
menu all day.
This season, like, I was like, who else is watching this? And then I just found out my cousin's watching it too. So I'm like, okay, so we got to talk. So he's on episode 3. So I got to get him to like get there so we can talk about it. But so we know who your fave so far now that we're at the end. You're saying Kat?
Right. Yeah. I really love Kat. I really like Courtney because I respect just the way he plays the game. And I like Chloe more now than I did at the beginning. Like I liked her, but now I feel like she's kind of finding the game out. Like at first I feel like she was just there to like be a bright, like ray of sunshine, like make everybody laugh. But now she's like, okay, like I've got to strategically play, but I can still be this person. So I'm starting to like Chloe a lot more in the aspect of thinking she's going to play the game, how like to be toward the top, like, but not too high at the top. You know what I'm saying? So I think those are my 3 favorites right now.
Awesome. So now, who do you not trust in the game?
Girl. I mean, I feel like a lot of the ones that I don't trust are gone, which is great. But I can, as much as I love Courtney, I can also see him being like a bit of a snake if he has to. Like, especially now that he's like assumed that Joker position, because nobody's really suspecting him. I feel like he could be a snake. So it's like one of those people that you want on your side, but also you want to watch your back. I feel like Mitchell like can't be snaky. Like I feel like he's just like here and he's just like, I'm here to play the game. Chloe, I feel like is like she could be dirty if she had to, but I feel like she's not gonna be. But so far, like right now, I feel like everybody's pretty chill. I think honestly, as much as I love Courtney, I feel like he would be the one I'd be the most worried about, because I'd be like, everybody likes him. I like him too, but like also that's probably the type of person that would turn on you in a second if they had to. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, like we know it's a game,
mm-hmm.
and you gotta work for it. But now with 2 people who are trying to figure things out with like they're one person, and now they can put their heads together and figure out who's who and what's what. It's going to be very interesting to see how the rest of this plays out, or if they even play it to their advantage.
Right. Because it's like, I feel like you could truly assume a whole new persona, or you can assume the catfish thing and kind of play on the catfish. Like you could play as yourselves essentially through someone else, or you can play on the catfish and people will know you're a catfish, but then maybe they still like you anyway. Like they've got so many options to play it. And then also I'm interested to see if they actually like butt heads when it comes to making decisions. Like, I want to do this, but I don't want to do this. Okay, well, what are we going to do? Because essentially then you're having to make decisions as one person. And like, if one of you screws up, then you both screw up. So it's like very interesting. I can foresee maybe something like that happening like in the future, like thinking it's going to be a really good thing. And then like, they like go head to head on everything.
I think Emily's going to be running it. Like,
I do too.
Yeah, like she's going to be like, okay, well, this is what I had. Notebook. This is what I had from this. And let me tell you about this person. So, I mean, again, Lance didn't really get close to anybody. So he really can't, you know, but
right.
They better play this right.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how they take it, like what kind of like personality they give this new character, and like, is it going to be well received by everyone, or is everybody going to be like, what's this old guy doing here? Which is really funny because like River is like an older man. So it's like, everybody's gonna be like, what the heck? But then at like the same time, like we've got this like older guy playing like a 20-something-year-old guy. So it's like,
right.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Right. So I can't wait to see what happens. Now, if you're on the show, if you won the money. So if you won the money, what would you do with it?
Girl, I feel like there's so many things I could do with it. Right now, I'm in the process of trying to buy a house.
Yes.
So that was going towards it. I'd probably also pay off my car that I bought recently. So let's just get that out the way. But also in general, because it's a lot of money, I definitely would want to give that back to my parents, because my parents have done a lot for me growing up and they've taken a lot of care of me, and I just want to give them the life that they've given me in some sort of way. So whether that be a new house or a big vacation, like anything like that, I definitely would want to give back to them, because they've given me a life that I only could have dreamed of, and I'll only wish that at some point I can do that for them as well. So
that is so beautiful. But I feel you, like I would do the same. Like I really want a house. with a pool.
Amen, girl. And in the South, it gets hot. So
Hello.
get that pool.
And excuse me, I would love to go like on a family vacation, just a whole week of nothingness.
Yeah, just relaxing.
Yeah,
making memories,
just
enjoying it.
That's what this is like. 2020 was like, ugh. But also 2020 made me like, you know what I don't like? I know I don't like this anymore. And now I'm working toward making myself happy.
I feel like I definitely learned a lot from quarantine in 2020. Like I used to say, you know, I don't want to work. Like I would love to not work. And then it took 2 weeks of me being out of work to be like, this is for the birds. Put me in a job. I don't care if it's 2 days. I don't care if it's 5 days. Like I just need to get out of this house. And I definitely think it taught me a lot about like what's important and like what I want out of life. Because like right now, while I have the ability to not have a whole lot of responsibility, it's like, what makes you happy? Like, why are you waiting? If you want to take the trip, girl. You never know when the country's going to shut down. Take the trip, worry about it later. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like now that we're like kind of getting out of this whole pandemic thing, hopefully, and like moving more toward being normal once again, that it's like, it's time to go balls to the wall. We're taking that trip. We're doing that thing. We're buying that house. We're going to get a dog. Like we're going to do it all. And we're going to have a life that we love because that is what we deserve after this year. So it's all about what makes you happy and going after the things that make you happy. So I'm here for it.
Oh, that's it. That is really
That's
it. And thank you so much for being on my show to talk about the circle.
Oh my gosh. I cannot wait for Wednesday. We'll have to recap after Wednesday.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. Like we're gonna let a couple of episodes go by and build up, and then we'll come back definitely to talk about more because it's so good.
This season is so good. It is on top of it this season. They were like, look, we made all these people go through a panini. We're giving them what they want this season.
A Pantene Pro V, okay? So we gonna give you all of it. Like, let me tell you, like, okay, so after my obsession with watching the first season, I binge watched like Brazil and France. Have you watched those?
No, I need to. Girl.
If you need something to do until Wednesday, I'm giving you homework to watch Brazil and France. Like, it's just as good. It's just as good.
I love it. Do they have accents?
You have to read caption the whole time. So if you don't like reading caption, then it's not for you.
Girl, I'm a closed caption queen.
Yes. Okay, so I mean they speak Portuguese in for Brazil, and then France, of course, French. So yeah, you have to do. But it's so good, like you don't even like you start learning the language while you watching it.
You're like, this is a French lesson today. We're not watching TV. We're learning French.
Like massage. You know, it's just like it's so good. And I'm just like, yes, you gotta catch up when this you have time and you have a break from the regular United States circle, Brazil. And
it's
France.
Time. I'm here for it. I'm ready.
Get into it because it will have you on your toes and you would just be like, oh my God, it's so good. So yeah, if you get a chance, watch the other ones. The UK one is, which I'm really upset that the UK one is not on Netflix because I heard the first season was really good and I can't find it anywhere. So I'm upset. The first season, I think they had a second season already, I think, if I'm not mistaken, but or maybe they didn't. I don't know. But the first season, I heard it was good. I wish I could have watched it, but whatever. I'll go to the UK one day.
Doesn't want us to have fun. Netflix, if you're
No.
hearing this on
Yeah, please.
into existence.
Like, please put it on Netflix for people in the US because I love British shows. My British shows are my favorite.
Oh, I just love the way people talk. And then it's like music to my ears. I'm like, I don't even care what the show's about. Just talk to me.
Right. Like, I finally watched Bridgerton because I know it was really like popular like last season. And when anything is popular, like I don't like to watch it. I'm like, whatever. It's not all that. So I finally watched. I was like, okay, let me finally watch this show. And it was really good. Like, I enjoyed it. It wasn't like, oh my God, like everybody made it out to be, because, you know, people just exaggerate a lot.
They hype it up every time.
So it was good. I liked learning about everybody except for the main chick. I didn't really care about her, but everybody else I cared about. I was like, ooh, what about this person? What happened to this person? So it was interesting in that way. And of course, the Duke, he fine. So, I mean, I'm there for, like, you had me. Yeah, I'm here for the Duke, the Duke. Oh, so yeah, so I loved it. So thank you so much, Brooke. It's been amazing to talk about this with someone. And so we're going to catch up. You guys are going to see us again we're going to let it build up a little bit. We're not going to just each week because we both have lives. But we're going to let it build up a couple of episodes. Maybe in like 2 weeks, we'll come back and recap and see if our predictions for this next couple of episodes, what's going to happen, because I can't wait to see. I'm so excited.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes. So if you want people to follow you, like, you know, let the people know where they can find you, my girl.
Girl, usually on Insta is my favorite. It's Benalez, BNALEZZ. That's me. You can follow me. I'm really fun, I think, sometimes. And I take lots of fun pictures. So that's my favorite part.
You do. Like, I love, which this is all like Disney family. Like, Taylor took your pictures with you and your family.
Yeah,
and I was sitting there like, oh my God, it's so cute. Like, look at that. I loved every bit of it. It's so wonderful to have like talented friends. And yeah, like we get to share our work together. So I'm so happy that you are doing what you want to do right now, pursuing things. And although I want to give you a big hug, because I miss, like, literally every time I see somebody that I haven't seen in like over a year, I'm like, I just want to cry. I know, because I'm just like, I miss you guys so much. Like, I was there like almost 5 years, and I'm just like, we really were like a family, like dysfunctional family, but we were a family.
A highly dysfunctional family, but we were. And it's so sad now because it's like everybody's, off living their lives and doing their thing, which is so incredible to see. But at the same time, I'm like, I remember when we used to cut up on the baseball field by the cart, like crying.
Right. I miss my ESPN Disney family, but we're doing great things now. And I'm so happy to see everyone flourishing and just being happy. That's the main thing. Just being happy. So that is it. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you want to, you can hit me up, Ricki Edits Live Media. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I just want to say thank you again to Brooke, and we will see you next time. And as always, be you, be wonderful, be kind. And sometimes if you gotta be shady, bitch. Okay.
Amen.
Amen. All right. See you guys next time.